Kill music. There we go. Hello, friends. Welcome back.
Why, hello.
This is Sending Stone Stories. We are a D&D 5e live stream campaign. My name is Cor, and as always, I will be your dungeon master. But the true heroes of the show are our wonderful cast featuring CJ.
Me! I'll be playing as Hector, a kobold wizard who is an agent of destiny of the goddess Clothis.
Puny Paladin.
I'm playing Nikos, the centaur cleric of Helioid.
Rebecca.
I'm playing Phaedron, the centaur druid, who's a champion of Nylea.
And Sup Wooly.
Telemachus, the Minotaur bard who doesn't know who he's following yet.
And once again, we step into the mythical world of Theros for a geek tragedy. Last episode, our heroes precariously made the trek across the grasslands of the Pharos centaurs. After eating a healthy breakfast of good berries, raspberries, and a little bit of courage, they took the last step out of the familiar Nessian woods into the wider world beyond. Shortly after stepping out, they met an interesting apothecary of Pharika. She sold the heroes a few mysterious vials containing water from Pharika's magical healing springs. Afterwards, the heroes decided to assess their travel time and quicken their pace in order to reach the foothills beneath Mount Andranes before nightfall. After a surprisingly uneventful and quick day of travel, our heroes met a young Ligonian centaur on the road named Calaxius. He was also on his Purphoros as well, just like Phaedron, and was a fan of hers, in fact. He asked her to have an archery contest with him. After a hard-won contest, Phaedron showed why she was a professional archer to the would-be Caletra. The party decided to spend the night sharing camp with Calaxius, and after one long rest of character development, our heroes set out once more for the mountain. On the way, they met another Pharos centaur, this time inflicted with the same disease that had plagued Cedric after the returned attack in the woods, and saw the dire results if it's left untreated. Shaken, our heroes finally arrived at the base of the mountain. There, they were immediately assaulted by anvil rights patrolling the area. They quickly turned those into scrap heaps, but that wasn't the only thing Purphoros had in store for them. They entered into a rocky ravine leading up to the mountain, and they met a group of rival champions. 3 soldiers waiting for them in the ravine now draw their weapons, ready to attack. Let's go ahead and transfer over to the map screen and change the map to this one. Okay, so standing before you, you see there are 2 large armored men who have just jumped down from the cliffs. You tried to convince them that you don't think Purphoros is actually telling them what to do. You think it might actually be Phoenix. But they didn't quite believe you. Now they've drawn their weapons, so they're staring out in front of you. There's kind of this cool, dry air pushing through the ravine. All around you are these black, Ignatius-looking rocks from the volcano that used to be here millennia ago. You see one of the armored enemies is up about 20 feet up on a cliff edge. He's holding a bow and looking down upon you guys. He's kind of like a good angled. Yep, exactly him. The more heavily armored one turns to the other one, and he goes, "All right, Orestes. You go right, I go left. Knock him out. Sorry to do this, friends. Let's go ahead and roll initiative."
We would not be blessed anymore, right?
Blessed by what?
Well, I've got
By
wings
me.
on.
Oh, then no. Phaedron, you're the first to react as these guys begin approaching you, slowly walking with their swords drawn.
Nylea, light him up. I'm going to, let's see, show to others. Cast Fairy Fire here. It's within 60 feet, so I believe I should be able to get both of them. And it is a DC. Oh, that's so low. It's DC 13 Dex.
Okay. Cops are coming for you, Phaedron.
Sorry.
Okay. Roll.
One of them.
So, the one who just said, arrest us, you go right, I go left. He passed as he jumps out of the way as you launch a fairy fire out there. It explodes with a magical green light in the area. The other one gets full in the face. What color is he glowing now? Do you want him
Green.
green? Perfect. As he starts glowing green, shining. You see he's got this chainmail on, very similar to what Cedric wears, but inside the chain, you see there's a few red links that make out the emblem of Purphoros. Anything else?
And that's my action with my bonus action. I believe we got a short rest, so I'm going to Ethic de Suru and bring out my hawk. Let me learn how to change this. I'll change this over once I can figure it out to a hawk, which just means advantage on perception, and I can use my action to grant advantage. And I'll change this, and that is my hawk turn.
Cool. Nikos.
Okay, so I see one of them there is glowing in green. The knight there in his armor. I yell at him, "Don't you come any closer!" And I cast Hold Person.
Ooh. Wisdom saving throw. Uh, 16, he succeeds as you go, his arms kind of shoot to the sides as he flexes, breaking out of your spell, and he goes, nobody stops Purphoros' champion.
That's that's all I can do. Do I want to move? Maybe I'll take one step up. There. Yeah, there.
Okay. So that is the guard on top. You see that he's holding a longbow of sorts. Short bow, sorry. He's shooting a short bow. He takes aim at... Phaedron, you just cast his fairy fire. He's going to take a shot at you. That is a 16 to hit Phaedron.
That hits.
Yeah. Phaedron, you take 3 points of piercing damage. You manage to maintain concentration with a 21 Constitution save. Let me automatically roll his damage. There we go. And then he immediately drops prone, laying down right back here. So he's going to get half cover and he's prone as he's ducking behind the edge of the ridge. Mac.
All right, Cora, how tall are these little plateaus?
Each step is about 10 feet tall.
Okay, and an athletics check to climb them, or is it pretty rough?
You can athletics check to climb them without taking any negatives to your speed. You could climb them at half speed, so you could take 20 feet of movement to climb up without making a check. If you fail a check, I'll have you fall, but you won't take any damage.
Okay,
just lose
sounds
those 10
good.
feet of movement.
I'm going to go... I have 40 feet of movement right now, so I'm going to go up, climb up this wall.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shoot a shatter in the center between these two guys.
Okay, and I assume you're just using 20 feet to climb up there then.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, all right, go ahead and what's shatter? Constitution save?
Yes. DC 13 for 15 points of damage.
Okay. Once again, the soldier doesn't get out of the way as he's still kind of like figuring out why he's glowing. He doesn't like it. He's like, he's trying to brush it off. And as you do, an explosion appears in his face. He takes blows in the face. He falls to his knees. You look and see like his chainmail is like mostly shattered. You can't even see the emblem of Purphoros anymore. This guy is like barely holding it together. But the other guy puts up his arm, blocks most of the damage. You see part of his gauntlet's broken off, but he seems to be okay otherwise. The knight takes 7 as he rolled a natural 24, and the soldier takes 15. He's looking really bad.
Then I yell out, you can surrender if you want to.
Never.
End of turn.
Hector.
Oh, what's the range on the spell before I say I'm about to do it? Okay. Yeah. So I look at the knight and I tell him, "Flee!" As I go to cast command.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw.
What's your DC?
DC is 13.
Ooh, he fails with a 6. As you cast command, he goes, his eyes kind of go wide, and he starts turning his head as if he's about to run away. So he...
I pasted it again in the chat so that it's easier to tell from the wall of text.
Target spends his turn turning away from you by running away from you as fast as possible. Great. Perfect. Okay. Anything else?
And then, are these rocks like possible things to take cover from the sun, or are these like at my level?
I'll say
Like, do they
you're in a
provide shade?
ravine. So there's like these are tall cliffs, about 40 feet high altogether, leading up beside you. Some of them go up to like 60 feet. It's high noon, so
Like, I'm just saying, are there any rocks I can go under? Like, is this rock at like my height, or is this above us, like sticking out of the wall?
okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll let you do that. You have to fall prone, but I'll let you go under there to kind of get cover from the sun.
Yeah, I would then approach over here and try to just like crawl out of the sun. I really don't want to be in the sunlight. Also, it sounds like it'll give me cover or even make me really hard to hit from the archer. So
Yeah, I'll give you +2
That's it.
cover for that as well. Or half
That's my
cover
turn.
even. Great, sounds good. So that is the knight's turn, who's just been commanded. He immediately turns and he goes, "I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm gonna go ahead and run away." His movement's 30. He just has to flee, but doesn't necessarily have to dash. I
the
guess
fastest available means.
Yep, so he's gonna dash 60 feet. Oh, as he goes running. Okay. That's the soldier's turn as he gets back up and he's like, "Where are you going? You were just talking all that crap a second ago." Ugh, do it myself. He's gonna move up. He can only go 30 feet. So he's gonna go there and then use the dodge action. That brings us back to Phaedron.
Dodging, how obnoxious. While looking at this guy trying not to get hit, I would like to shoot him with a straight roll with my longbow,
Okay.
which is a natural 1.
Natural ones always miss. Your bow goes a little wide there and breaks apart into the rocks next to it. Shatters.
Ah,
Your arrow.
don't-
even.
Nylia, come on, Nylia, help me out. I'm going to use my bonus action to let Nylia take a second longbow attack,
Okay.
which is a 12 to hit.
You rolled a net.
Oh, that was 5 longbow. Same attack.
Just go ahead and roll your longbow instead. It's fine. Just because I think a net uses strength. But a 13 will still miss. This guy's actually wearing... He's got like a shield and stuff on too, so he's like holding up his shield, but the longbow bounces off his shield as he knocks it aside.
Okay, I don't want to get hit by this stupid archer, so I'm going to also kind of move against the wall, so he'd have to like come up and look down.
Okay.
Cedric.
And my turn there.
Okay, I forgot to roll initiative for Cedric, so we're just gonna have him go right now. He's gonna run up to this dude and go, "My guy, you can't be stopping us. We got a mission to do. You need to get out of the way." He's gonna make 2.
I'm going to grant him advantage, so a straight roll on at least one of his attacks. I don't know if it's both.
Okay. I think it's 1.
He already has advantage from fairy fire.
Oh yeah, this guy's very fired.
Oh, wouldn't matter, would it? Fairy fire, straight roll, dodge. Okay,
Wow, Cedric crits as he cuts this guy's bashes this guy in the side of the head with his sword. Poof, knocks him out. The guy goes unconscious immediately as Cedric knocks him out. Got him. I'm gonna go after the other one too. And he Cedric runs another 10 feet this way. Then that is the guard's turn. He looks down and he goes, "No, arrest this!" As he stands up. He's gonna take a shot at Cedric then. That will miss, as Cedric has 18 AC. Freak! Bounces off Cedric's shield as he blocks with the shield. Then that is Cedric's actual turn.
Wait. Did we miss me?
Yes, we did. Somehow skipped you. My bad.
Okay. It's all right.
Go ahead, Nicholas.
All right, so I see this guy up, the archer up here on the ridge. I'm gonna try to get him with a sacred flame.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna move up next to Cedric and stand there next to him. Got my shield out.
The guard manages to succeed. As he ducks right as your sacred flame blows up next to him. He goes, "Watch it!"
That's all.
Okay, that's Cedric's actual turn. He's just gonna dash over here next to this guy, and he takes his shield, bashes against his chest, and he goes, "Bring it, Mac."
All right, Mac is going to move a little bit closer to this guy, and then fire an arrow. No, actually, he's going to use Hunter's Mock against the knight up here.
Okay.
And then fire an arrow at him.
Okay.
That is a 19 to hit.
A 19 will hit. Actually, this guy's only
Okay.
going to change.
3 points of damage and an additional d6, so that's 3. He is pushed back 8 feet. And then I get to use a reaction using a mobile flourish. That's why the 8 feet. It's from my mobile flourish.
Gotcha. Wait. He takes 6 damage, right?
He takes 3 plus 3. Yeah, you're right. 6. Sorry.
So he goes back 6 feet. That's fine.
Well, no, he goes back 3. He goes back the number that I rolled plus 5.
Oh, perfect. So he goes back. Poof. Oh, he gets pushed back. But he takes 6 damage. He's actually looking real bad. He's bleeding profusely from that.
And then I believe I get to use a reaction to move up to my speed closer to him. So I'm going to move 40 feet up.
Okay.
End of turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you attack the knight or did you attack the guard up top?
The guy by Cedric.
Oh, my mistake. Okay, the 19 will still hit that guy, but
Cool.
Yeah, he gets knocked away. Ugh, as he gets pushed. Hector.
I shall tell or command this man right here to wait, is it drop?
He's dead. Or he's unconscious.
Oh, he's unconscious. Okay. Okay. Then I shall tell. I'll start climbing up. How much distance would this be to like get onto this next level?
It's 10 feet, so you can climb for 20. Or if you have a climbing speed.
Okay. Oh, no, I don't. Okay. So I'll be coming up to here, trying to climb the rocks the best I can, taking my time, and I'll approach my last of the distance before I tell the archer guy up there to halt.
Ooh, okay.
Basically, just to have him do nothing. Where is it?
He rolls an 11 to your DC 13. He fails, so he's going to halt next turn. Stop! You have violated the law.
Stop! Freeze! Halt is basically freeze!
Pay the
Okay.
court a fine or serve your sentence.
And that is my turn.
Doesn't move, takes no actions. Okay. That is the knight's turn. He shakes off the command, turns around, he goes, "All right. All right, you want to play? We'll play. And then he turns to Cedric, and he is going to take his greatsword and attack Cedric twice. And 11 will miss Cedric as it bounces off Cedric's armor, but the 24 as he pounds Cedric in the stomach. Cedric spits up a little blood as he takes tons of damage from that. Cedric's hurting real bad now. Because he does not have his 10 HP because he took damage from the Iron Defender last time. Phaedron.
DM, did you say someone was unconscious?
Yeah, this guy's unconscious.
Okay, cool.
Cedric didn't kill him, he just knocked him out.
Just knocked him out. Okay, cool. In that case, I'm going to spend my movement to get up here, my 40 feet. At that place, will you say I can see Cedric and can I see the baddie?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Let my first I'm going to try and shoot the baddie with my longbow.
Okay.
Which is an 8 to hit.
That will miss.
Rolling great. And then I will careful, Cedric. Help me, Nylia. And I will cast a 2nd level healing word. No, is he within range? Is he within, I think it's 60. Let me double check. I was trying. He's just at range. So in that case, I'll use my bonus action to move my totem. I think it's up to, might be 30, it might be 60. I'm going to move it.
It's 60.
Basic, it's 60?
It's 60.
Okay. Thank you. Let me show you where. Let's get her up here.
Fun trick, when you release the the line drawing tool, if you hold shift while you do it, it'll stay there.
Oh, sick. Okay, thank you.
No problem.
And that is my turn.
Sounds good. Nikos.
Or if you drag your token and then press Q or right click, it will show the arrow. I mean, it only shows on my screen, but I'm saying this because you can't see it, but Nikos is dashing. He's going to dash and get all the way up. Let's hem this guy in. We're going to go right around behind him there.
Ooh, as you come and flank this guy, as he's like full plate holding his giant greatsword looking at both of you, he goes, "You think Purphoros is going to bring me down? You're wrong."
And then he thinks better. He wants to be next to Cedric. And so he stayed there.
Okay. That's the guard. He stands up. He sees Phaedron standing there over the body of his unconscious friend, as well as Hector climbing up. So he's going to take a shot at Hector here.
Too bad he's halted.
Oh, yeah. So he does nothing. He stays laying down and doesn't move. Cedric. And he's like, "I can't move!" Cedric
The power
goes,
of destiny.
"Okay, that gut punch kind of hurt, but as he like coughs up a little blood, I can't look bad in front of my buddy." And he takes 2 long sword attacks against this guy. Chink! The first one dinks off his plate mail, but Cedric stands up a little straighter. He holds up higher, and he cuts for 5, slashing into this knight. Okay, Mac.
All right. Mac is going to continue moving up, but he's going to stay within the range of this eagle totem. And then he'll fire at the guy who is currently hunter mocked.
I'll grant
Okay.
advantage to the first one with my reaction.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
That is a 12 to hit.
When 12 will miss, it bounces off this dude's plate armor.
And then he'll yell down at Cedric, "You've got this, my friend!" And he'll do a healing word.
Oh, nice. Plus
For 7.
7. You
End of
see
turn.
Edric's, the blood around Cedric's mouth kind of slurps back up. His teeth go back into place a little bit, and he's like, "All right, feeling better." He's breathing more steadily now. Hector.
Hector, can he see this this man up there, that archer?
Yeah, he just has half cover because he's kind of like off back in the edge, laying down. But yeah, you can definitely see him.
Perfect. I shall be casting magic missile.
Okay.
Ah,
So that'll be 2 points of force
6.
damage times 4. Is 3? Is it 3 for first
Just
level?
3. It's yeah.
Ching,
So
ching, ching, ching,
6
ching.
damage.
Right in the back of this dude, he lets out a scream. Ah! As he takes 6 points of force damage. Ooh, that's gonna leave a bruise in the morning. Ah!
And I shall, well, kind of take cover mainly from sun, but be up against this wall. Yeah, that's my turn.
Sounds good. That's the knight's turn. Who hit him? Cedric hit him. Nikos just ran up here. Nikos didn't hit him. So he's going to attack Cedric. Nikos, you want to use your reaction?
I can use my reaction after he's hit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to try and great sword Cedric twice. That's 20. That'll hit.
And I will use my reaction there. We're talking about this, my companion's protection.
You, as you see this great axe or great sword coming down on Cedric, you stick your arm out of the way. Poof, you take the attack. It cuts into your forearm a bit. You take 10 slashing damage. But he takes one more great sword attack against Cedric. With a 15 missing as Cedric gets his shield up now right in front of your arm, poof, blocking it. And he goes, "You don't have to bleed for me, buddy. I'll protect you too." Okay, Phaedron.
I'm going to move up my 40 feet. And I am going to, first with my action, try and see if my bow will do anything against this knight.
Okay.
This time it's an 18 to hit for 9 piercing.
18 will hit for 9 piercing. As he takes 9 piercing damage.
Ooh. All right, Nylea, let's do this again. I'll use my bonus action, thanks to Nylea, one more time to take another attack. And if it will click, 24 to hit for another 9 piercing.
And that'll also hit as you finally get you aim deeply. You saw the first arrow got him like right underneath his armpit where the leathers are a little thinner, and you aim straight for that one again as he's lifting his arm. You get him again for their 9 piercing. This guy's looking bloodied.
End turn.
Nikos.
All right, I'm where I want to be, and I'm going to call down some sacred flames from Helioid here and try to damage that guy.
Okay. He only rolls an 8 as you blow up the sacred flame right behind his head where he can't see it. It burns the back of his neck. He takes 3 radiant damage.
Give it up, tough guy.
No. God's plans must be fulfilled. That is Spiro's turn. He finally stands up. Everybody's kind of moving up towards Elias, but he sees this little kobold down here hiding behind the rocks, but he's going to take a shot at Phaedron. I think Phaedron's still in range. She is. Okay. It's a 14 to hit Phaedron.
That is my armor class.
That'll hit. You take 5 points of piercing damage as an arrow comes from behind you, hitting you in the back. This guy takes another couple steps this way and then goes prone again. And you were concentrating on Fairy Fire. That guy's dead already.
Yep, the Fairy Fire is lost, so
Yeah.
just for what it's worth.
Cedric will then attempt to slash this knight as well. A 13 will miss, and a 10 will miss in this knight as Cedric is poof, poof, bouncing against this dude's plate armor. Can't seem to get underneath it to get his longsword in. Telemachus.
All right, Mac is going to kind of drop his bow over the edge here and draw a sword as he runs along the ledge and jumps down to this rock. And then he's going to try to swing a short sword.
Okay. Are you doing both short sword attacks?
If you will allow me to draw both at the same time, then yes.
Yeah, I don't care much about swapping weapons. There is
That is a 15 and a 10.
God, it breaks the dual wielder fleet, but Oh no, I don't care. I guess I don't care. That's fine. 15 and 10 will both miss. I think it's a
Alright.
dumb rule. You only draw one weapon at a time, personally. So.
End of turn.
Okay, Hector.
Hector's gonna peek around the corner, squint his eyes the best he can, and try to see this archer and fire a firebolt at him.
Okay.
And actually, he'll climb up to be like onto the same level as him. Hopefully, just so there isn't any cover.
Okay. Yeah, you get up to the same level. You now just see him laying on the ground looking at you. Leave me alone.
Sad.
Natural.
Nat 1.
You rolled a nat 20 and a nat 1. Feels bad. Nat 1 will miss. Your firebolt flies over top of him, landing in the rocks next to him. As he jumps back a little bit. Hey, that's not nice. You could kill somebody with that.
Yeah, you're trying to hurt my friends.
The knight is having none of this. He's being surrounded. He goes, all right. He cracks his head. He's like, you guys want to go? Let's go. And then he's going to take a greatsword attack against Mac. It's 24
Yeah, that hits.
Mac.
He's down.
Nikos, you're going to use your action?
I can't. It's once per long rest.
Oh, snap. Yeah, Mac goes immediately unconscious as he like cuts him down. Mac, you get knocked stable as he knocks you unconscious. He doesn't drop you to death saving blows. And then he turns to Cedric and he goes, all right, one down. Let's keep going. But an 8 will miss Cedric. Phaedron.
Is Mac within 60 feet of me? Not today. Come on, Nylia. Second level healing word for our friend Mac for 6 healing.
Mac, what's your healing word, Phaedron?
It was just not today, Nylia.
Mac, you hear the words "not today" from your centaur friend as you heal for 6.
Action. Shoot this fucking guy. 20.
Hey,
to
that
hit
20 will hit.
For 11 piercing.
As you get him to the side as he's been turned towards Cedric, he doesn't see you aiming from a distance, and he goes, "Why is everybody beating me up?" But he takes 11 piercing. He's looking real bad.
Cool. Kind of go up against this wall a little bit and end my turn there.
Okay, Nikos.
It's time for more Sacred Flame. Let's hit this guy. Maybe once.
This is the bigger dude. Dex saving throw. DC 12, he succeeds with a DC 17. As you blow this thing up, he hears it this time. Oh, he ducks as the Sacred Flame blows up over his head, and he goes, "Not this time. No, it's prepared this time."
All right, end of turn.
Okay. That's the guard. He stands up. He goes, "I'm going to ask you to leave me alone." And then he takes a shot at Hector. Missing horribly with a 6 to hit. And then he is actually going to just run this far and drop back prone again, Hector. That's Cedric's turn. Cedric is also going to attack non-lethally with his longsword. That's a 12 to miss and a 6 to miss. Dink, dink. This guy is like all prepared now. He's like hyped up. He's moving around. He's blocking all 3 of your guys' attacks as one of you lays prone at his feet. Mac, you were laying prone at his feet.
Mac casts Disguise Self to make himself look like this guy.
As he's like looking around, he looks down and he goes,
And I
"Okay,
stand
that's
up.
weird." He's staring at you in terror. Like he's not sure what's going on.
And I've been studying his voice, so I say to him, Purphoros wants you to give up.
Give me an intimidation check.
Okay. That is a 12.
Do a wisdom check for him, or an insight check for him. As you say that, he looks you deep in the eyes, his own eyes. You see, like, the blood kind of falls from his face. And he, like, frowns. And he drops his greatsword and puts his arms down. Okay.
And then I'm gonna move past him slowly, I have a godly movement, and then climb this and yell out to the guy who's been attacking up here. Purphoros wants you to give up.
You do that on your next turn.
Yep.
Hector.
Hector didn't want to look weak, so he was just going to magic missile this archer once again. As he goes, slam, slam, slam. Did it. There we go.
As this guy takes 12 points of force damage to the back, he immediately his face goes face down into the ground as he actually dies.
Oh, I can't run over to try and stabilize him next turn.
You can certainly try.
Dead.
He's looking very dead, but you can try and save him if you like. That's the knight's turn. He falls to his knees, sits down on his hands as he looks down at the ground, contemplating every choice he's ever made in life. Phaedron.
I moved so I didn't quite see what was going on. I move up. I don't see this guy up here. And I kind of see two. I see two of the bad guy. So
There's a rock there.
I move up to where I can see. And then I Hunter's Mark one of them.
Which one?
The north one.
Okay.
And I ready in action. I hold my longbow out towards that person. So I don't know who is what. Those are literally my words. And I hold an action to shoot one that makes a hostile action towards my party.
Okay. Nikos.
Yeah, after hearing Phaedra, Nico said, points, this is the bad guy. Don't worry about the other one. But he's dropped his weapon there, right?
Yeah, he dropped his weapon. He's like on his hands and knees now. He's just sitting there like looking at the ground, kind of like... He seems to be like having an existential crisis.
Yeah, I mean, Nikos thinks this fight's all over. So maybe like a dodge action in case this guy does something crazy. But yeah.
Okay. This dude's dead. Cedric will sheath his longsword, pick up that guy's greatsword, and walk back to Phaedra and go, "That's the real one. Think the other one's Mac." He says this to Phaedra, but he looks like the dude, so I'm not sure. Mac.
All right, Mac will climb back down and say to the guy, "You have been given mercy. You may stand."
He looks up at you, Mac. Wide-eyed. He's already got tears rolling down his face. And he goes, "Who are you?"
"That I cannot reveal."
He slowly stands up. Stands up straight. Puts his shoulders back. Nods.
"Now, tell us. Or do you want to... What do you want to do?"
I think that's enough for one turn, because I think Hector's going to try and save this dude now. But we're probably going to go out of combat, actually. Hector.
Yeah, Hector would be running up and trying to medicine check to stabilize him, seeing if he is possible to be saved.
Okay.
If not, it wasn't meant to be.
So, this is kind of weird because he's an NPC. So it's going to be higher DC than normal. This isn't DC 10 medicine check. But go ahead and make your roll.
I'm also tempted to just pour a potion down his throat. But we'll first try a medicine check.
One
see
of
if
those
that
potions
works.
of greater healing that you have there?
Yeah, one of the potions of greater healing. There's my medicine check.
His DC 15. You rolled a 14. You go and try and stabilize him, but as you do, you're like almost performing CPR. You realize that his lungs have collapsed.
Poor guy.
His ribs are broken, and you can tell from the growing mark on his chest, the force of your magic missiles caused the ribs to pierce his lungs. His breathing has stopped. His eyes roll to the back of his head. He's dead.
Whoops. I'll start climbing down.
A small pool of blood covers the sandy rock face that he lays upon. Okay.
All right, so Mac would like to say to the man, now, you have been given permission to relay any answer to the questions given to you by the champions of Nylea and of Heliod and of Clothis. And then he just turns around and walks away.
Okay.
I want to try to find a spot where I can like get out of sight and then drop my illusion and come back around, like climb up some other way to come back.
Yeah, I'll say given enough time, you will do that.
Okay.
Probably took you like 5 minutes to go and drop your illusion, sneak back without him noticing. In that time, what would the rest of you like to say to him? As he's just standing there, he's just wearing his plate armor now, sitting up straight. He's got his arm crossed around his chest and a soldier's salute.
When I saw Mac doing that, I wanted to just canter down basically to the guy in the bottom. I don't know his state. I wasn't super paying attention. There was a lot going on, and I want to spare the dying this guy just in case.
Okay.
So that's what I'll be doing.
Yeah, you go over. You notice as you spare the dying that he's still alive. He was definitely steady and stable. Cedric had just bashed him across the head with his long sword. But you make sure that he stays that way. But he does seem to be unconscious and stable.
Sweet. Then I'll return for what it's worth to the party to see what in the world we're doing.
Should we restrain him?
I think his god gave him an omen, so I mean, if he really is a champion, he's gonna listen. Right? You said Purphoros came and spoke to him?
I'm not sure who it was, but I'm inclined to spare you for the time being. We've lost this fight, even if that wasn't my god.
I still think Phoenix tricked you.
I
It was
do not
Phoenix,
believe
right?
that.
That's the name.
Yeah, Phoenix is the scepter god. God of deception.
I don't know. I saw him playing in the night. Scheming.
How are you so sure that Phoenix is not the one who's deceiving you?
Because I serve Destiny. I serve Clothis.
Whoever's fooling
Phoenix
who,
doesn't
there's still a goat that swallowed a magical sun, and that's not good. It's burning the mountain. You got to get it back.
I do not know of the plans. I only know that I'm here to stop anyone who came down this ravine, prevent them from reaching the volcano behind.
What's in the volcano? No idea.
I do not
Just
know. There's a temple high up on the mountain. That is all I know.
Temple to who? Maybe you know that.
Purphoros. Long ago, when this was an active volcano, the ancient peoples built a temple there where weapons could be forged of magical nature in his honor, and oracles could breathe in the fumes in order to make predictions and divinations from Purphoros himself. Now that it lays dormant, the temple has been abandoned.
Many people do see the strands of destiny in odd ways.
Purphoros speaks to those who serve him within the lava and fires, by the clanks of the metal on metal, in the forge itself.
Guys, where did Mac go?
Mac?
Worry about the
Come
silence
back
when you approach Mac.
Oh, I'm over here. I just had to find out a place to relieve myself.
Oh, okay.
So what have we found out?
There's a temple up there dedicated to Purphoros. This leads to a volcano, or used to be a volcano.
And what are we going to do with this fella?
Mm,
What should we do with you? Just to the guy?
He crosses his arms. Well, I'm your prisoner. You've taken my weapons. I'm of no threat to any of you anymore. You'll release me, I'll be on my way. I cannot defend this valley anymore without my weapons. And I would like to take the other champion with me, if possible. I do not know him well, but a champion of Purphoros is a friend of mine.
Should we return his weapon?
probably it's dangerous out in the wilderness, especially with all the raiding centaurs.
Aye, but perhaps we should take some collateral.
What do you have in mind?
Mac kind of leans into him. You have anything of value?
He kind of stares back at you. Leave it to a minotaur to mug the defeated. You want my
Aye.
gold? Is that what you want?
Well, I was thinking your plate armor, but gold's a good start.
You want me to walk out in the wilderness unprotected? You're willing to give me my weapon but steal my armor?
Aye, I'm a minotaur after all.
Is that true, Mac? Is that what you want? Seems kind of dickish.
Plate armor sells for a lot. Hector's like, you know how many components that could be? I'm sure he'll survive. If Destiny wants him to survive, he'll survive.
Okay.
How much gold do you have?
Great question. Let's see. He takes off his belt pouch. Wiggles it around a bit. About 24 gold pieces. Just traveling change. Enough to get me from to here. Feed me for nights.
I think we'll take half.
Fine. He opens up his thing and he starts pouring out 12 gold pieces on the ground. Ding, 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 ding. And he zips his pouch back up and puts it back on his waist.
Oh, a pouch with a zipper. I haven't seen one of those for a while.
It's a gift.
That's worth about 2 gold to me as well. But never mind. Off you go.
He pushes back Nico's, kind of budging him with his shoulder as he moves through.
Careful now.
He walks up to Phaedron, who's standing next to the greatsword that Cedric set next to her. Mind if I take that then?
Do we mind if he takes it?
He probably should take it, especially with how dangerous the place is.
As long as it's sheathed, I have no problem with it.
I'd like to lean down, grab it, and while I am, use my other hand to reach into my pouch and try and count the best that I can and hand him the greatsword, and as secretly as I can, hand him 12 gold.
Give me a sleight of hand check with advantage. As I don't think anybody expected you to do that.
That's a 14. I hand him
That
something.
beats everybody except for Nico's passive perception. So, Nikos, you see her hand hand a little bit of gold to this dude as she hands the greatsword to him. He takes it, covers his hair, closes his hand around it as he realizes that you're handing it to him secretly. He takes his greatsword, shakes it into the back. He bows low to you, Phaedron. Let's see if he knows you. Oh no, he's not from this area. He wouldn't know you.
Careful. I still think it was Phoenix. And I'll walk past him towards the group.
He nods his head and he goes, I'm inclined to believe it's not, but I appreciate the concern. Be wary. We are not the only things Purphoros has brought to this volcano. As he starts moving away. He comes over here, puts his arm under Orestes' shoulder, lifts him up. He begins like slapping him, trying to wake him up. Get up now. The guy like groggily wakes up. We win? No, we're leaving. That's fair. As he half-heartedly carries himself while he's being carried by Elias as they wander off.
These fellas get to leave with all their weapons and all their money, and well, all right, only 2 out of 3 of them, but
All of their money.
um,
No, we took it.
Yeah, we took it.
Well, part of it.
Let's find that temple.
Just a moment. What do you get off calling me dickish?
That guy said you were mugging him, and it kind of looked like you were mugging him.
It's called the spoils of war. You have no trouble lying to the man.
When did I lie?
I still
Don't we
think
think
it's
it could be
Phoenix.
Phoenix? It sounded. I was really convinced by Hector's argument.
Hector's pretty convinced himself.
He just kind of slumps his shoulders and starts walking through the ravine.
Okay. The ravine's only a couple thousand feet long. It doesn't take you too long to get to the end of it. You see it kind of slopes upwards as it goes through. And at the end...
Before we go too far, I want to see if the dead guard up here, if he has a water skin on him. I'm getting thirsty.
He does, actually. It's
I think
filled
we're
with
still
water.
a water skin shy or so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
you find a water skin filled with water.
It's all Nikos needs right now. It's a good drink of water. So
Tastes good. A little bit spicy.
all right, continue.
Spicy water. So, you guys continue moving up the ravine. You see that the ravine, as it slopes up, kind of reconnects with the edge of the cliff that's kind of sloping down before finally coming out into a flat rock path. This is more like a break in the earth. So, like the earth had risen up, and this part had been broken through at some point. From what you can tell, give me a nature check, everybody.
That's a natural 20.
That's a 0.
17.
I'd say with the 17, 14, and 20, 14 from Hector, you'd all kind of know that this ravine looks like it's been formed by a lava flow at some point. And a lot of the rock waves here are kind of moving with the flow of the lava. You see there's like this bubbling edges here where the magma cooled and formed into these igneous rocks as they came through. And that's kind of what burst through this cliff. So the cliff was probably formed at some point before that, and then the lava flow just burst its way through. As you come out to the edge of the ravine, you find yourself standing in full glory in front of Mount Andranes, no longer having a cliff kind of blocking your view as you had previously. Mount Andranes is this steep mountain. It has these dark black stone ridges running along the sides. These kind of deep trenches created long ago, also by lava flows, carve these perilous cliff edges and sharp peaks into its side. It's a very pointed and uh, rough mountain volcano. Usually means they're very explosive volcanoes like that. Volcanoes with like more flowing lava and like slow flowing lava tends to be more flat and shield like. This one's more explosive, angry. You see that water now flows through these lava flows as the volcano has been dormant for millennia. So you see these little rivers kind of running down all along the edges from the melted snow as the crown of the mountain is covered in white snow, even though it's the middle of summer now. But you see that its peak kind of disappears in the clouds above. From the base, you see there's this smooth ridge path that slowly makes its way up the side of the mountain. It kind of doubles back on itself as it goes up, kind of zigzagging across the top of the mountain in various ways, kind of avoiding the ridges moving alongside it. And at the very top of the path, you see shining in the sunlight of the noonday is the temple that the Elias had just mentioned. You see it's a neat temple entrance. It's got this bright red and black designed front with these glowing golden rings around the outside that's kind of reflecting the sunlight into your eyes. But all across the mountain, away from that, and even especially around the path, are these fires that are burning the various trees that are along the mountain edge. You see a couple of them get pretty close to the path, and a lot of them are spread across the entire mountain face. And in the air above the mountain, you see flying more of these anvil raptors, these mechanical birds just kind of circling around, patrolling, keeping a sharp lookout. Before you stretches a ridge, kind of tiered, stepped ridge that leads up to where the path begins. That goes up the side of the rocky edge. Down here, it's still kind of earth and less stone. So, how would you guys like to proceed up the mountain?
Before we go into the mouth of the lion's den, do any of you object to taking a rest?
Definitely not, especially if we get to pass through this high noon time. Oh, it's too sunny.
Yeah, rest is a good idea.
Agreed.
Oh, I should say the mountain, the temple is about 2/3 of the way up the mountain. By the way, just below the snow line.
So can we find a place that's kind of obscured from view from the anvil rots?
Sure. Give me a. Why does everybody give me a survival check if you want to? Well, actually, why don't one of you give me a survival check, and the other one are do with advantage as you're getting assisted.
There's a 22.
Mac, you're kind of searching through. There's kind of like rocky areas here around these ground and ridges, and as you get close to one of the ridges, you see a cave. But what's really interesting about this cave is you hear coming out of the cave a slight tinkling sound. Ting-ting, tinkling, ting-ting, ting-ting. Alongside the cave's entrances are these trees kind of covering up most of the entrance. You manage to find it pretty easily, but you do hear the sound coming from within it, echoing off the walls of the cave.
Where did they say that cave to Clothis was going to be? You're muted, CJ.
North by about 2 hours.
Anyone recognize that sound?
What sound? Oh, the one. Can we get closer and try to hear the sound better?
It sounded to me like the tinkling of dog tags.
He's talking about my actual dog.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, he's right. He's like right there, right next to the door. He wants to go out. I'll let him out in a second. But yeah, it kind of sounds. You get closer, you listen. It's almost like wind chimes, really softly and lightly, just ding ding, ding ding, ding.
Could we like rack through our knowledge of like if that's a thing akin to like a certain god or goddess or something of that sort?
Sure. Give me a religion check. he really wants to go out. I'll be right back. Let me open the door real fast.
Okay.
With the 17, I would say that you don't recognize the like a tinkling wind chime sound being specifically associated to any specific god.
Yeah, I'm not sure about any religious impact of that sound.
Maybe someone just lives there. I
Do
don't
you
know
think they're
if
friendly?
now is a good time to say hello.
Well, if we're very quiet, perhaps we could just sit in the entrance. Out of the sun.
Yes, yes, out of the sun.
You guys want to go sit in the entrance then?
Yes, please.
Okay. As you guys enter into the cave, you notice that the darkness within the cave kind of spreads aside, moving, and you see that the cave is significantly shorter than it looked from the outside. The There's almost like a fog that's blocking your view to the back of the cave. You enter in, the fog kind of clears out, and standing before you is a large, flat rock, reflective and shining, standing in all its glory.
That's a big shiny rock.
Rocks aren't supposed to be reflective, are they?
I mean, some rocks are, like crystals.
Nikos goes up to take a closer look.
Nikos,
Checks his hair.
as you approach, you see that the silvery surface seems to not be reflecting you. And in fact, it seems to be reflecting images, visions, something familiar about everything. Behind the sheen of the rock, you see various towns, people, just being reflected off of its surface.
Something wrong with this mirror, guys. This is not like any mirror I've ever seen. I
We
recognize
haven't
it.
traveled 2 miles north of the guy, have we? When he told us about this.
You've traveled about 2 hours north of the guy.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize we took that long traveling.
You were about an hour away from the edge of the foothills, and then you had a big fight, and you helped Roth, and you had a big fight, a couple big fights. So it's been about 2 hours as you move through the ravines. This is about where you'd expect the quote unquote mirror of Clothis to be.
Yeah. I heard like 1,000 feet for the ravine that we went through, and I was like, oh, okay, so it's like nothing.
It was a couple thousand feet, I think I said actually.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, if it is a mirror, then sounds like it might be for Clothis. I thought this was going to be out of the way. This is perfect.
Well, you check it out while I take a rest.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
He goes and sits against the wall.
Do we see what's making the sound?
The sound is coming from the mirror itself. Seems to almost be like frost, but moving. It doesn't seem to. Nothing seems to be making the sound. The sound seems to be coming from the mirror.
Well, I'm going to sit in front of the mirror while I'm taking my short rest, just kind of staring at it, looking at it.
Okay. You look in, and as you do, you see strange, familiar places. Can't quite place where they're from. Is that Meletus? You're not sure. No. Everything feels familiar, but you can't quite place its name. You see people who faces that seem like you know them, but you don't know where you know them from.
I go to touch the mirror, see if it does anything. Just like casual, no casting spells, no like checking it out majorly. I'll just like slightly interact with it while I'm trying to take a short rest.
Okay. You press your hand against the mirror. It feels cool to the touch, but nothing happens.
Well, I'm going to be sitting against the mirror now for that coolness, because that's a lot better than the heat.
And it feels good. Anybody else like to do anything to the mirror?
What are you doing, Hector? What's in the rock?
I'm just kind of relaxing. There's, I think this is the Clothus's cave with a mirror.
So does that
The
mean
one that
that
yeah, the one that Calliaxis was talking about.
are there strands or
I haven't
how
seen
does that
any, but I'll
work?
be watching it.
I want to see what's
I
in this damn rock. I want to see what I want to see what Hector's looking at, and so I naively walk up and I look into this thing. Do I
Patron.
see me? Just me?
You see your reflection. You don't see anybody else's reflection. And around you, within it, you see strange locales that feel familiar, but at the same time, you can't remember where they're from. You see activities, parties, celebrations, but nothing that you remember. These aren't memories. These aren't anything of that nature. He's not even sure if these are places you visited before. You've been around a lot of places. Those are trees. God, those Nessian wood trees, I don't recognize them.
I fix my hair in it, and then I look back towards Mac, and I look on the other side of the wall and find some place to just kind of hang out and rest. That's a little bit not next to Mac.
Okay. The thing gives me the heebie-jeebies, man.
What do you see in it?
He looks out. Oh, darkness. Nothing in it. Just black.
You don't see people in towns and all that sort of stuff that doesn't really look like it belongs there.
No, it's just empty.
That's okay. That's how it's supposed to be. I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure that doesn't mean anything.
He shudders and leans back against the wall. Okay. If you guys are gonna do nothing else, you successfully finish a short rest.
Mac will play his viol to give everybody an extra d6.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that, and then we'll just have everybody use the same one.
Okay. That's a 4.
Okay. Everybody gains an additional 4 healing if you spend hit die during the short rest. Cedric will roll a hit die. Or that'll bring him back up to full with max bonus.
How do I get the hit dice to actually take effect?
You could just roll them and then you add them to your health.
Ah, there we go. That is a 10.
Make sure you mark them off as well.
Right. Nice. 19 plus 4. I'm
Takes
full
you back to
health.
full. Good rolls.
And right at the end, I would try to ritually cast Identify as well, if we have an extra 10 minutes.
Sure. You guys want to wait around for another 10 minutes after the hour?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Hector, you ritually cast Identify, and you turn, you peer your orb at it. So the way this mirror works is the mirror reveals it's your destiny, your fate to you. Well, one of your possible fates. You can ask it one question and reveal a truthful answer about what your fate may be. It might be cryptic, and the answer is not set in stone, as any character action can change your fate. But you will learn about your fate if you ask it a question. You also learn that you should not ask it a second question.
Okay, I already have a question in mind. So, I don't know. I'll first say, hey guys, I figured it out, or at least Claudius showed me how to. I'll explain it. Like Identify was just Claudius telling me how. You can ask it a question, and it'll about your destiny, about your fate, and it'll reveal it in a cryptic way. But don't ask twice, just once, only once.
All right. Mac walks up to it, pushes a hand onto the crystal, and says, "Is it my fate to be indebted to Athreus forever?"
Oh, good question. Let me look up something real fast. Back. As you ask that, all of the images behind begin swirling. They move rapidly, quickly. You see suddenly yourself standing back towards yourself into a cave. You look down the cave. Standing there, a Minotaur woman playing a drum. Her body is shrouded in darkness. You see there's a necklace hanging off of her neck. The necklace seems to be black, dark. It's got skulls made out of it. All you can see is the reds of her eyes staring back at you. The images shift. Suddenly you're holding her head in your hand and the necklace in the other hand. You look up. You're staring at Athreus. You hold out both of them. He takes them in his long hands and hands you back a golden mask. The mirror goes cloudy.
Hector, you're right. It is very cryptic.
Mm-hmm.
And he backs up.
Okay, I got mine. My turn. And I'll ask it. How intertwined is our current or my current destiny with Phoenix? Because right now he's still kind of caught on this idea that Phoenix has something to do with it. So he's asking, how intertwined is it?
Hector, you ask this question, and as you do, the mirror immediately goes cloudy. Fog fills all of it. You see yourself standing back, or standing there facing you, looking you in the eyes. There's something different about it. That's not your cloak. A little bit nicer. Stars shine brightly on your skin. You're taller? Little, maybe older? Your reflection begins walking towards you. It's holding a staff in one arm. On its shoulder, you see Cass peeking its head out from around your shoulder. She jumps off, scurries away. And suddenly, staff-wielding, robe-wearing mage walks out of the mirror and stands before you. And it goes, "You have tempted Destiny's fate." Roll initiative.
Oh, I thought it meant once each. Would I have known that from the Identify?
You knew what I told you.
I didn't. I really thought it was once each.
I
Yeah,
know.
me too.
I know.
Okay.
I wanted to leave that open, and in case you misinterpreted it. But I wanted to also. I gave you like a fair warning as well. I said, don't ask a second question. But I I'd say even as somebody who's identifying, you yourself would learn that knowledge and still possibly misinterpret it.
Yeah. I think it's the analysis of you, because how does it know that I'm with the group? Right? Like, so when it said you can ask a question once but not twice, I took you as one. I was one person. But I guess the mirror takes it as a group. So then the question is, when does it reset? Like, if a random person came in 1 minute later and asked it a question, do they get jinxed?
No. I mean, this is an artifact of a god. So it
Mhm.
knows that you guys are traveling together. It knows that you're working with one another. So if
I
somebody
have
else came,
very different intentions than Telemachus, though.
intentions are not. You're still working together. You're
Okay.
still the knowledge still assists both of you. So the question that Telemachus asks might still affect you and your destiny, and affects possibly where you travel to in the future. Your destiny is intertwined with Telemachus's.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Dang, what with the nat
initiative
20
scares
initiatives?
the bejesus out of me from I don't know a couple sessions ago. I'm gonna spend this session's inspiration on my initiative just in case.
Okay.
Oof, 12. Still shit.
Better than one. Mac, you see this thing steps out. Dink. It looks aggressive as you see a copy of an older-looking Hector standing before you guys, holding a staff. What would you like to do?
Hey, now that's Dirty Pool! And he runs forward and tries to attack it with a short sword.
Mac, as you do, it turns its head to you and waves, and you feel your hands kind of slip a little bit. Roll a disadvantage.
That's a 9.
A 9 will miss as you swing wide as your hand felt like it was turned almost. This thing is leaned back just out of the range of your sword. You see that it's the older version of Hector leans just back enough that you graze the tip of its scales with the tip of your sword.
Okay, as a bonus action, he'll turn to Nikos and say, maybe you can do better. Inspiration, D6.
Okay.
It should be
and
pretty easy to hit me.
Nikos.
Okay. Not like Nikos has wanted to do this for a long time or anything. Hearing Hector complain about the sun nonstop, he's gonna hit the guy in the head with his mace.
Okay.
Oh no, the dice are on. Crap.
Just turn the dice back on.
I didn't do it. I'll figure out how to do that. It's a D20 plus 3.
On your character sheet, you click your name at the top left, and then there's a little switch at the very top on the right hand side that pops out that says digital dice.
Dice rolling beta. Okay, good. That's off. Let's try again.
There we go.
There we go.
And an 8 will miss.
You can add a
I
D6 if you
Oh yeah, you can add a d6 if you wanted to.
I don't think that's gonna help right now. Next time.
Okay. That is the mage's turn. You see appearing in her hand, or his hand, this is Hector. The art, look at this art. Such nice art. That's a Chosen of Clothis card from MTG. Hector holds up a ball of stars, and he immediately begins rubbing it across his body as you see this invisible force field appears upon his body as he casts mage armor on himself. Phaedron.
Hunter's mark, shoot it.
As you go to shoot it, she looks at you.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, she's gonna give you disadvantage in the roll.
That's a 21 to hit with disadvantage.
Hector goes to turn and dodge, but still gets hit in the shoulder. As he takes 12 points of bludgeoning or piercing
And
damage.
I'm gonna move back and end my turn.
Okay. Hector.
Hector shall cast Magnify Gravity on it. Boom. Actually, first off, I guess he'll step up because he definitely, or step back, and then he'll cast it.
Okay.
Let's see, Magnify Gravity, con save.
Oh, I DM rolled that by accident, but that was a 16. So that will succeed.
Half damage.
Half damage, and he's not slowed, right?
Correct.
So he takes 5 points of force damage. You see older Hector suddenly is like pushing up against the forces of young Hector's gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Nope. I mean, I'll go over here, and that's it.
Okay. Mac.
Mac's just going to go with a couple of sword attacks. That is a 12 and a 7.
12 and a 7 will both miss as you... the first attack bounces off this starry sky that's working as a force field around older Hector's arms. The second one, it seems to almost lean out of it as if it was kind of expecting it to happen.
End of turn.
Okay. And Nikos.
Let's try the mace again. Yeah, let's try to do that again.
Okay.
17 to hit.
17 will hit as you jam this mace right into older Hector's stomach. He coughs a little bit as he takes 2 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, end of turn.
Okay. That is older Hector's turn. Older Hector is going to... He holds up these 2 invisible balls in his hand. He's like pushing them together. They're kind of resisting. As he turns his hands away from you, both of you get pushed back, Nikos and Mac. I need you to give me Constitution saving throws, please.
A 19.
15.
Both of those succeed as you both take 7 points of force damage. Just this wave of force just pounds into your chest. But you don't get pushed back as you're resisting the feeling of being pushed away from older Hector. I rolled really bad on that damage roll. Holy cow. 2 1s, a 4.
Yeah, that was roll.
That's real bad. Phaedron.
Bonus action. Affectus Suru. Dortho Udasa Kiorle. I'll put out my hawk in a second. And I'm going to use my action to try and longbow this guy.
Okay. You're getting a little crackly there with your mic, by the way, Phaedron.
Okay.
I think your internet might be dropping.
Going for longbow, and I'm going to put the hawk out in a second.
Cool.
11 to hit.
11 will miss as it gets absorbed by old Hector's Starry Night mage armor. Falls to the
Cool.
ground.
End my turn there.
Hector.
I shall. I shall firebolt.
Okay.
With advantage.
Pack
will.
tactics.
Yeah, he has pack tactics. Older Hector will know that you have advantage on this roll, and will precognate your attack, giving you disadvantage, so it's a straight roll. 20 will hit. He still gets hit by 4 damage as you see that he was predicting your attack as he turns right as you're shooting the cast, but you still nail him in the shoulder.
Perfect.
Okay. Anything else? I don't
Nope,
think I actually
that's it.
showed that to you guys. I think I pressed Z myself and didn't show it to you guys. Mac.
All right, Max going for the sword attack combo again.
Okay.
13, 16.
A 13 will miss, but a 16 will hit. The 13 will ram into old Hector's mage armor, but the 16 finally gets him in the gut, dealing 5 piercing damage to old
All right, then I will add a blade flourish to that, so adding a d6.
Okay. Ooh, big damage.
And I will increase my AC by 2 for the round.
Dealing an additional 6 damage. Doesn't the blade flourish add the number you roll?
Let me check. I think it's just +2. Increases your AC. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so I add 6 to my AC.
Yeah, you got big AC there.
Nice.
Old Hector is looking bloodied now.
End of turn.
Okay. Nikos.
Yeah, another mace, and what the heck? Let's try that bardic inspiration this time. D6.
Yep. By the way, Phaedron, I don't know if you heard. You didn't. Hector already had advantage because of pack tactics.
I know, but just like last time, second time in a row that I've used it, and now I know, but I used it, so.
Okay. A 15 will hit Nikos as you feel inspired by Max call out to see he gave you a little inspiration there, and you bludge right into old Hector's stomach, dealing 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, great. End of turn.
Okay. That is the mage's turn. The mage sees you're very... you're waving your sword in front of yourself, Max, just kind of blocking it. And old Hector goes, "Stop!" And he's going to hold person you. Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
That's an 8.
That will fail as you suddenly are paralyzed as you your body wrenches up. And old Hector's now concentrating on that. Phaedron.
Action, longbow.
Okay.
16 to hit.
Six.
For... Does it hit?
Yeah, 16 will hit.
For 14 piercing.
Ugh, old Hector takes this right to the chest. He lets out and he immediately loses concentration, and Mac is no longer held person. Old Hector's not looking great. He's probably not going to last much longer.
Do I do it? I'm going to end my turn.
Okay. Cedric has kind of been standing over there, the side. I forgot about him, so he didn't roll initiative. So I'm going to say that he's kind of warily watching this and creeped out, super scared. He doesn't like this at all. Hector.
Yeah, Hector approaches with his quarterstaff in hand and tries to bonk Hector.
It fails as it bounces off old Hector's mage armor.
That's it.
Okay. Mac.
He looks at Hector, and he looks at old Hector, and he's like, "Well, you do get a little taller, eventually." And then he attacks it.
But not smarter, apparently.
Hey, I'm smart.
Oop, wrong weapon,
You
sorry.
just try to hold person on someone all by yourself. What do you think's gonna happen?
It's a 12 and 11.
Well, I was hoping he'd stop moving. Why is the first one not good? Oh,
Because
it's
I
a short
didn't.
bow.
It's a short bow, yeah.
12 and 11 will both miss. As
End of
they,
turn.
okay. Nikos.
Oh, I was already going to say with advantage.
That's
Nikos didn't say anything.
Yeah, that's fine. Nikos, you 17 to hit. Will hit.
You are muted.
Yeah, if you're talking, you can't hear you.
Sorry. Yeah, I was going to hit him with the mace again. That's probably why Phaedron missed that. Yeah, and knock him out if this is if he's.
Ow! He's not knocked out yet, but he's hurting real bad. Old Hector's on death's door here.
I'm going to move next to Hector.
Okay. That is old Hector's turn. He is going to target Hector, and he goes, I'll show you what the future's like. Give me an intelligence saving throw, our new Hector.
New Hector. Got it. Intelligence save.
Hector the Lesser.
I'll use the inspiration as well.
Okay. Ooh, fresh Hector. There you go. Yeah. A 19 will succeed, so you will take half damage from this as you suddenly feel time starts running through your head. Ugh! You see ahead of you flashes, beautiful visions of where you're going in the future. And it's like terrorizing your head as you take 4d8 psychic damage. DM rolled it again. I'm sorry. That is 17 reduced to 8 psychic damage. You managed to resist the temporal flood flooding your mind. Phaedron.
I'm gonna move up so I can see a little bit better. I just saw Nikos like kind of try and knock him out. So I'm gonna say, are we not killing this thing? And I'm going to hold my action with my longbow to attack it the next time one of my party members makes a lethal attack towards it.
Okay. Hector.
I shall bonk him on the head.
14 will hit.
For 7.
Bonk. Ugh. Are you doing lethal or non-lethal?
Non-lethal. I wouldn't kill myself.
Bonk. His eyes go cross as old Hector begins falling. Before he hits the ground, you see he turns into green strands and in midair. The strands immediately lace through the air, slowly laying themselves across the mirror of Clothis, covering it. Hector, as you look up, you see this green quilt covering it. Everyone else, what you see is old Hector suddenly disappears. Hector, as you look into the strands here, they seem to be lacing themselves together, almost as like a message. Within the strands, give me an intelligence saving throw.
I rolled an 8.
It's not going to do it. You're confused by the message being portrayed. And a moment later, strands are gone, as well as the mirror. You find yourself staring at a plain, blank rock at the back of the cave.
Now that was odd. Do you
It
all
was your
see
destiny.
here? Or is it normal now?
Looks like a rock to me.
Well, that sucks. I wanted to ask it a question.
Yeah, I wonder what would happen if we could ask it a third time.
Hey, you said you shouldn't ask it a second question, but you didn't say anything about asking a third.
Exactly.
Cedric kind of leans out and he goes, "Oh, it's gone. That was kind of crazy, guys. You all right?"
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just a little sad.
I didn't like that mirror thing, man.
Me neither. Like, I mean, that was a cool spell he did. But other than that, he didn't even precast mage armor. Like, he used his reactions for doing disadvantage and not shields. Like, I'm disappointed with myself.
Well, you'll just have to learn from your mistakes.
Yes, I shall.
Future Hector got kind of sloppy, right? So
Mhm.
maybe you're living a soft life.
Yeah. Though I do want to learn that spell. That was a cool spell. It's like a cool thunder wave, but like not.
Hector, I believe that the first time you've taken damage since I've met you was just now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it was from yourself.
You see this little cut? No, it was all mental. Never mind.
It's a mental cut.
Yeah, it took 1 damage. Or 8, but 7 of it was temp.
So now that you guys have finished a short rest, let's take an IRL short rest and go ahead and take a break. When you guys come back, we'll say 9:42. So in 7 minutes.
Sounds good.
Got it.
Hello and welcome back from break, everyone. Before the break, our heroes fought a group of Purphoros champions, ultimately subduing most of them. Accidentally killing one, but it was definitely not on purpose. They managed to convince them to leave before our heroes decided that it was time for them to take a short rest. They entered into a cave they found nearby where they found the Mirror of Clothis they'd heard about from Calaxis. After failing to heed the warning and misinterpreting the magic item definition and asking 2 questions about their destiny, they were attacked by an older version of Hector. After defeating old Hector, our heroes are now rested, a little hurt from the fight with Hector, but ready to continue on with their journey. So, you guys have just dealt with old Hector. What would you like to do now?
So since we left the Nessian Woods, how long has it been?
A day and a half. It's about mid-afternoon right now.
And we took a long rest somewhere in the middle of that?
Taken 2
With
long rests. I'm sorry, since you left... Yeah, you long rested with Caliaxis.
I'm not sure if we should go into the mountain just yet. Perhaps scout it out, see what's going on. How far can your Cass? How far can she travel?
As far as she wants, but if I want to see through her, I believe only 100 feet.
If she goes away and comes back, does she have some way of telling you what she saw?
Maybe. Wait. I believe so. I believe if she goes out more than 100 feet, I just can't communicate with her past that point. Then once she comes back, then I would be able to speak with her and communicate.
It may not be the best idea anyway. If those raptors saw her and thought she looked like an appetizing meal.
Yeah, definitely to those birds. It seemed like they wanted her last time they saw her.
Do those things eat food?
I don't know, but they looked like they were going to hurt Cass.
Yeah.
That is a good question. I do happen to have the ability to become that champion of Purphoros, or at least to look like him. We could try to trick them into thinking that I captured you.
How would that have happened?
Well, you put up a great defense and you killed many of my friends, but I was finally able to subdue you. You were weakened from your journey.
Mm. Yes, the little ferret thing, the sable, that weakened us up. And the dog, the defender.
Aye, and the sunlight, because you don't like sun.
Mm-hmm. I'm basically blinded by it.
Lightly obscured.
The sun is on our side. Just
Your side. The second sun is on the other side, though.
I don't know. I don't want to wait. I'm gonna go crazy sitting here.
So did you guys see the message on the mirror? Or whatever it was?
A message?
Message.
I think old Hector was trying to tell me something, but old Hector is probably smarter than me, and I couldn't understand it.
I can tell you what
So,
I saw
Yeah?
when I asked the question. DM, did I recognize the Minotaur woman?
She was mostly obscured in darkness. All you saw was her red eyes. You could tell she was a minotaur, but you couldn't like distinguish her features very well.
Have I seen the amulet before?
No.
Or the symbol that it was representing?
Also, no.
I saw a minotaur woman, but she was obscured and I could not recognize her. Whether it was my mother or my former mate or someone else, I don't know. But suddenly, I had her necklace in my hand. And then I didn't. And Athreus came and gave me a mask, a golden mask.
Like one of the returned?
Aye.
If your fate is to become a returned, ouch.
I don't think that's it. I would love to have seen Athreus give a mask back. I think that's giving your soul back.
What worries me is what did I have to give up to gain that? Who is this woman?
Very cryptic. You're right.
Aye, you've chosen a very strange god to follow.
Sometimes it's quite clear. Sometimes you literally see threads of destiny.
And sometimes you see your older self.
Mm-hmm. I can't believe him still.
Well, Nikos doesn't want to wait. I vote that we wait. What do the rest of you think?
I'm pretty worried what'll happen if we just head in now. But I don't know, do you think if we take out some of these damn things, if it'll attract more attention than we can handle?
Well, we know the champions of Purphoros already knew we were coming, right? Or at least something was coming. So it's not like they shouldn't not. They should not. They should not be on alert.
They should be on alert.
They should be on alert. Correct. Double negatives.
Then maybe the best choice is for us to try to sneak past the sentries.
That means climbing. Oh, climbing in the night?
It's easier for you, harder for me.
But harder for them to see you in the night if we're going quiet.
Would there be moon tonight?
The better to see you with, my dear.
Would there be moonlight to see by tonight? Starboy.
Are the stars like big enough for dim light or like what? Darkness.
Well, we actually get the moon on an actual cycle, so I can.
I was supposed to say you don't have the moon on a cycle yet. I can't believe it.
Roll me a d8, and we'll decide that's the phase of the moon that it's in.
Which one's what?
A 1 will be a new moon. A 8 will be a waxing crescent. It's a new moon. There's no moon tonight.
No moon. Complete darkness. Best time.
Stars will be there, but you won't have the dim lighting of the moon.
Not a good time. I'll be flailing around there in the dark, making all kinds of noise. I won't be able to see anything.
Yeah, I'd like to make use of the day. Honestly, I'd like to shoot some of these things down.
Waning
I think
crystal.
I like that idea. If we can, draw a few of them out.
That could work.
They're all going to swarm on us eventually anyway.
Mm.
How many are
We
there?
have some cover right here. I'm sure we could find it maybe down in the ravine. We should find some cover before we start taking pot shots at them. At least three of us can hit them from some range.
Well, then that leaves one as the bait.
Oh no.
Look at Nikos.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
You're always shooting fire everywhere.
Yeah, the sun's in my eyes. I can't hit anything. Half of them are immune to fire, anyways.
Right. Forgot about that.
He hasn't used it yet, but Nico has a light crossbow. Like this has some pretty good range. I'll probably be as accurate as Hector in the bright sun.
How far away, like, if I go out, just like peer out this cave right now, DM, can I see some of these things out there?
The raptors.
Yeah.
You could definitely see there are raptors flying above. They're kind of looking out and keeping a watch on the side of the mountain.
Like dozens or like half a, like just a handful?
A handful.
Okay.
That's like one.
Just
Are they
a
within
moment.
like 600 feet?
No, they're way up there. They're close to the edge of the clouds, just a couple thousand feet up.
Okay.
Let's say we do dispatch the sentries. Do we know anything about Purphoros and who else he might have conscripted to help him with this?
Who's going to be up at that temple?
Exactly.
Is that anything I can roll on, possibly? Reading about the gods and their servants.
History check.
Seven.
You're not sure. You're more interested in the gods' history and their backstory and what their fate and rules are than who serves them.
Yeah.
And Purphoros never interests you much anyways.
Nope. Not at all. It was one of the ones I would probably sleep to when I was trying to read.
Well, if I were to guess, I'd say we can count on a construct or two.
Probably also immune to fire.
Do we know any of their vulnerabilities from the couple times that we've attacked them? They've attacked us? No?
Well, we know the raptors have very few hit points at this point.
They go down easy.
Why don't you give me an intelligence? What's a good one for mechanical knowledge?
Medicine?
Not really. How about an intelligence arcana check? You can all give me one. It's fine. I know that's not Phaedron's specialty.
Nope. 10 for me.
18.
Nikos knows more than me.
Natural 20.
He knows more than me.
Mac and Nikos, you're not sure they have necessarily vulnerabilities. Times you fought them, at least the raptors don't seem to. They're definitely resistant to fire, possibly some more corrosive stuff. And you've seen them around before. Raptors aren't exactly uncommon outside of or in the cities, but they're not common outside of the cities. You don't think they necessarily have any vulnerabilities.
I say we try and get some of them and put ourselves in a safe position to, I don't know, bail if we need to. Because I don't know about y'all, but I've used a lot today.
Me too. The rest got me some back, but Old Me also made me use some.
We could rest until the night. That only helps one of us.
The night only helps
wanna
one.
sneak.
The rest helps all four.
Aye, and if there is anyone inside who is flesh and blood, perhaps they'll be asleep.
It's a chance. I'm a little bit worried about us trying to sneak and then having to deal with whoever we confront, and then like a dozen anvil rights that come down to get us at the same time. But that's just if we're not successfully sneaky.
I think it would be fair for us to assume we're not going to be sufficiently sneaky. Plan for the worst. Hope for the best.
I'm super sneaky.
I believe you.
I used to steal mom's cookies after she'd make them. She'd be like, I made 2 dozen. I'm missing 2. There's only 22 here.
Stole
like-
the cookies.
I don't know, Mom. Maybe a rat took them. She believed me.
Did you write the story Who Stole the Cookie from the Cookie Jar?
I've never written a story before.
Did your mom write it?
He like looks off, kind of 1,000-yard stairs. Maybe was writing a book.
That's cool.
How long a journey does it look from here to the temple?
Give me a nature check.
Doing well on these rolls. 17.
You have pretty good knowledge about moving through mountains, so I would say you know that your best guess is it's going to take about 6 or 7 hours to get from where you are now to where the temple is, just hiking up that trail. If you go off the trail, it's probably going to take you twice as long, as there's lots of rocky ridges you'd have to avoid and move through. And there's still fires on the way as well. But if you follow the path, it's probably only going to take you 6 or 7 hours to get to the temple.
Okay. So if we leave now, we'd arrive there like at sunset, maybe a little later.
And then we rest. Or we rest now and then walk that distance in the dark.
I'd say Nikos with a 17 check. You also know that it can be pretty perilous climbing up a mountain at night. You can do it, but it could be perilous.
For the off-road or even on the trail?
Especially offload, still probably on the trail.
Okay.
If you went off-road at night, yikes.
Certain doom.
I think I could do fine.
People re-rolling characters as they fall into chasms
Or spider pits.
or spider pits. Or spider pits in chasms.
Well, then perhaps that's our best bet, to travel in the day as far as we can. Hope for an anvil rot to attack us, and one that we can take out. And then find a place to sleep closer to the foot of the mountain.
And pick them off one at a time, and then, yeah.
Could be a dangerous place to sleep. But I can't think of a better idea, and I'd love to pick off some of these things.
Is the mountain on the map? It looks like it's like. Is it something we could circumnavigate?
What do you mean?
Like go around it?
This is your destination.
Right, but could we look to see if there are other entrances? I guess is what I'm looking for.
Like a northern approach or something.
Right.
You certainly try. Um, give me a history check, Mac.
It's an 8.
You can certainly try. If you'd like to go around, see if there's other entrances in the other back, you could.
Look, there's no time to go around. There's the path. There's the temple. There's the artifact. Let's go. What are we waiting for?
I finally agree with this one.
If you guys need daylight, then I guess we can do it during daylight.
It's also worth remembering that if you go off the path, you do have 2 centaurs in your party.
What are
So
you
they're
talking
great
about?
at climbing.
We're fine.
I just remembered that myself as you said that.
You ever seen horses in Skyrim? Like,
Hey, if they can climb a rope, then they can climb a mountain.
Temple.
You can climb a rope, you can climb a mountain.
Let's go.
okay, traveling during the day.
Okay. It's about 2 or 3 in the afternoon at this point. When you guys fought the it was about noon when you fought the Purphoros champions.
Mhm.
So you proceed on foot into the stepped ridges. So there's kind of like this ground base right here at the base of the mountain where the ground kind of rises in ridges. There's pathways leading up again to go between the ridges. You see there's still trees and forests down here. These ones aren't lit on fire like the ones up on the mountain are. And you're moving through. Who's leading? And if so, is anybody assisting them?
I think that Phaedron should lead, and I can assist.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I would be because I got my longbow. This is what I do. I'm looking for these damn things.
Okay. Give me a survival check, please.
With aid? Is that what you're asking for? Cool.
You have assistance, yes. Oof.
Good, because that's a natural 20 for the 25 with assistance.
Nice. Phaedron, you have no problem moving through these steps. Every time you look up, you see that there's a clear path before you as you move through the stepped ridges. Excuse me. And give me a perception check. You said you're kind of looking around with your bow.
19.
As you do, you see the faint glimmer of red around the corner, like red scales on the edge of a rocky interface as you kind of come around the edge of a ridge.
Not metal critter scales.
Red scales.
Would I make any assumption about what this could be Pharos wise, or just red scales? That's what I got. Sounds like just red scales.
Just red scales for now. You
Hold up. Hold up, y'all. There's something up around the corner. Looks scaly and red. Somebody take a look. Does anybody know what this might be?
I'll take a look. I go try to go around a corner.
doing that stealthily?
Yes.
Give me a stealth check.
21.
Ooh, very stealthily as you kind of you scurry your way up, and you see resting on the path of the next ridge that leads up to the steps. Kind of is this red lizard dog-like thing. It's resting there with its legs crossed in front of it, breathing heavily.
I go back and I say, it's a sleeping dog lizard.
Can we take on a sleeping dog lizard? I was kind of here for the anvil rots.
I mean,
Well,
I think it's in our way.
I look down at all my hooves and stuff. Is there an easy way around?
It was on a bridge, right? Did you say it was on a bridge or just a path?
The path. You're like on a stepped ridge, is what I said.
Oh, ridge. Okay, got it.
Hmm. Well, maybe
c-
we can sneak by it, and if we wake it up, then maybe we can talk to it. If it's guarding a bridge, then
Yeah.
maybe it wants a toll or something.
It's a ridge, not a
Oh,
bridge.
ridge.
My bad.
Ridge.
Ruffles have ridges.
Ruffles have ridges.
I love it.
If it's guarding a ridge, maybe it wants a toll or something.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
Or if it's more like a dog, then perhaps it's a guard, and we won't be able to talk to it.
It was definitely draconic in nature, Hector.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it lizard-like, dragon-like, draconic-like.
You kind of can you can you speak to them in any special way? Better than
Uh,
we can?
if it can speak draconic, I can speak draconic.
Wonder if that's better? Should we try and sneak by?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's try and sneak by.
Well,
Don't
it's
be quiet.
Not a terrible
it's
idea
asleep.
at all.
It's asleep. That means it'll barely wake up, right?
I'm not looking to fight a
Sneak
dragon. Dragon's pretty scary.
Yeah, no. Dragons shouldn't really be fought either. They're just really cool creatures.
Think it's a dragon?
I mean, it might be related to one, so you don't want to hurt it.
I think that if we're going to be stealthy, we probably should stop talking about it.
Oh,
Yeah, Cedric.
hey, you're talking to. Shh.
21.
Everybody give me a stealth check, yeah.
Hector again, correct?
Idea to guide me?
Are you doing guidance? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll use some guidance in my inspiration.
23.
Not bad.
Good rolls all around. Oof.
Nice.
As you guys kind of slip through, you're moving stealthily. It rolls over. You slip past. Cedric kind of, his chainmail's ringing a little bit, but you hold it. You slip through. You manage to find a way a little further down that leads up to the ridge, next ridge edge, and you stealthily move your way over. Once you're a good distance away, you feel you're probably safe. You've successfully slipped past the encounter.
Good call.
How much further to the bridge?
Take away your inspiration. Cool. So you proceed up a few more of these stepped ridges that are kind of leading up to the very base of the mountain. And as you do, you don't see anything else fade, and you're moving through pretty quickly. Then you find yourself standing once more, or find yourself standing now at the base of the mountain. It's stretched out high above you, taking up most of the sky ahead. It's only been about 30, 40 minutes since you left the cave at this point. And ahead of you, about 700 feet, is the beginnings of the path that snakes up the side of the mountain. You see along the edge of the path, there is a statue of Purphoros. It's just his head. And it's just a metal skull with a helmet on it, just standing there, marking the beginning of the path.
Well, that's not foreboding at all.
We still see anvil rots,
You look up; they're still circling around above.
presumably a lot closer.
Still a couple thousand feet above. They're watching the side of the mountain more than they're watching the base here. At least that's the instinct you get. Every so often they dip into the clouds or the smoke and they disappear for a bit, but you do see that they're just flicking in and out, watching the sides.
So who wants to give me a hand here taking down this statue?
Taking it down.
Oh, wait, how big is this statue?
A couple feet tall.
Yeah. Purphoros needs to know that this is not good. Stealing Helios's artifact.
What if it's just waiting for somebody to try that?
Come on, it's just a statue. There's all sorts of statues.
We've been met by people and creatures and a dog dragon thing.
I think you should try it.
I think I'm going to stand over here.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too. I don't get the point. We could just leave it.
Keep an eye on those Purphoros as well.
Okay. Hector, are you assisting him? Are you assisting Nikos?
No, not at all.
All right, sorry.
Yeah, I got mixed messages there. He thought it was a good idea, but then he said he stepped away.
I'll help. Yeah. Screw this dude.
No, I never said I'll help. I'm just saying. Usually Hector thinks the champions of Heliod are a little,
no,
not
it's
maybe not
fine.
arrogant, but too much. And he's like, nope. I'm just gonna. Yeah, it's a good idea. Go on.
Cedric will
Good.
push your head away as he like pushes you to the side. So don't worry about it, little buddy. We'll let the champions of Heliod take care of it, right? Gotcha, Nikos.
There's a, I don't know if there's a weak spot, like I could take out a leg or something, swing that mace, or if I just easier, maybe just knock the head off.
Here, I'll pull down the head, right? You kick it with your hooves, and we'll pull it down.
Oh, just knock it over. Yeah. That's good.
Oh, you want to break it?
Well, knock it over is good
He
too.
pulls out his longsword. We'll break it. I can break it. We can break it.
Let's work together. We'll knock it over. Yeah, we'll just
Okay.
knock it over.
All right.
It'll probably break when we knock it
We'll
over.
break it when it gets down there. Yeah. We'll do both. Why not both? All right. He's like pulling on it. Go ahead and make me an attack roll with advantage with your hooves on the object.
Sure.
You kick the thing in the face. Your hooves crack it. You feel it dent. It's like this metallic thing as Purphoros' face gets smashed in by it. As you do, Cedric is like pulling with all his might, and she comes crashing down as it bends the metal at the base of the statue. You see it's kind of like bent and torn a bit, warped as Cedric pulls down. He's like, "Yeah, take that!" And he takes his longsword and he bashes it against it.
I think Nico's would be like one of those like prancing trots around the statue there, celebration.
He slashes into this this metal thing, cutting open the head. He's like, take that, Heliod, Heliod, Heliod. He's like dancing on top of it.
I'll be surprised.
All right, that felt good.
Yeah, dude. And he holds up his hand for a high five.
Yeah, high five.
Love it. Maybe Heliod will choose me next. That'd be cool. Real cool.
You got that out of your system? Ready to keep
Had
going?
to be done. Let's go.
Right.
Now, you don't understand. They kicked the statue back of the Agora of Heliod. This is just payback, right?
Of course.
Yeah. But Nikos gets it. Cedric now is like a strut in his step as he's like leading the way. He's like, let's go. We're going to kick Purphoros' ass.
I give inspiration to Cedric.
Cedric has inspiration. Cool.
All right, well, I'll be the first one to say I was wrong.
I'm quite surprised that
they weren't struck down or something. I am still gonna stay like 10 feet, maybe 15 feet away from both Cedric and Nikos, just in case.
So Mac and Phaedra up front, and then it's Nikos and Cedric in the middle, and then Hector trailing. Okay.
Trailing behind.
Like a fireball's whiff away.
Fireballs with away. I like it. Cool. So you guys begin moving up the path. There's not really, you don't need to do a survival check necessarily to move through this path. It's very, you stay on the path and you'll follow it as you kind of move up the side of the mountain. You do find that as you're moving up, there's still trees and random vegetation to kind of keep a low profile as you move in. There's some overhanging rocks. You're able to kind of move without being seen too heavily. The path does have open areas, but you can kind of poke your head around the areas you can block to see when the raptor's nearby to move stealthily. So if you guys would like, you could move at a slow pace up this mountain. It's going to take you 50% longer to move up, but you could be stealthing as you move up the side of the mountain. Or you could just move at normal, or if you would like to just speed up, you can go at a fast pace with a -5 to your perception.
From the looks of the path, does it look like there's a place, generally speaking, that we might be able to rest along the side or on the path?
There are lots of little alcoves and caves and
Okay.
places that if you needed to move to the side, you could. It's a pretty big mountain, so.
Yeah, how close to sunset are we getting? Or are we there?
It's about 4 in the afternoon now, 3 or 4 in
Okay.
the afternoon.
So let's travel slow until sunfall. Rest. And then get up in the morning.
Maybe we keep our eyes out for a good place to good cubby hole to rest while we go at a slow pace.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you guys proceed up stealthily. Everybody give me stealth checks then as you're moving up the mountain.
I think I'll say a
Natural
prayer,
one.
prayer of guidance to go with this.
17.
11.
You have guidance yourself, Adrian?
Oh, we had to roll twice.
Nah, I feel like stealth is a long thing. Not like doing one thing.
Oh, that's a fair point actually. 'Cause guidance only lasts a minute. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
Okay.
So that's a 17, 11, a 4, a 10, and a 20. As you guys are kind of moving up the side of the mountain, you feel like you're hiding as best as you can. You're not necessarily doing a perfect job. Mac seems to be kind of stomping along. You keep telling him shh, and he doesn't seem to like it much. He's grumbling to himself, angry. After about an hour and a half or so, you find you've moved up the side of the mountain a fair distance. You're about 1,000 feet up. This path seems to cut quite often along the ridges that are inside the side of the mountain, the lava ridges where there's water. And you find yourself moving now along one of these ridges, these rocky edges. This is a pretty wide one. You had a smaller one earlier, the lower down the mountain, but this one's pretty wide. Maybe like 50, 60 feet across. So you don't feel in danger of falling off the edge. You hear the water kind of slowly moving down below, just at the base of the ridge. There's a cliff wall next to you as you move forward. As you get to this, though, Phaedron, you see an owl sitting in a tree a short distance away. And you notice that owls aren't necessarily native to this mountain, but you see an owl sitting there.
How far away from me?
It's about 60, 70 feet away. Give me a perception check, please.
That's an 8.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so I just see an owl. Hey guys, you see that? There aren't normally owls up here, are there? I could
Go
Go speak with it.
Should I say hi?
Yeah.
I'll go say hi.
Yeah.
I'm going to start to approach and not see anything else.
Do we know if owls are related to Purphoros?
Good question.
Give me a religion check, Mac.
14.
You would know that owls are not related to Purphoros.
Go ahead.
I'll get up until I think I'm in like voice range and not like shouting. Hey buddy, what you doing all the way up here?
Its head kind of cocks and looks down at you, and then it goes, "Ooh!" And you hear it's almost a metallic sounding "who." Suddenly, you hear the sound of skittering behind you. You quickly turn. You see two bronze weasel things are climbing down the wall, the cliff edge behind you, pushing down. And we are going to go ahead and roll initiative.
Shoot the fucking owl.
That's what I thought the statue was going to do.
I thought the image for the Patreon at the bottom right was like a weird door, and I'm like, what's that?
Oh. There's a few Patreons where I get a lot of my maps from because they just make quality stuff and it's free and I love them.
Yeah, I recognize this map from something.
Oh, right, initiative. Yeah.
So much bookkeep. Alright, you guys are going to be surprised by the Sables. I'm going to move you around a little bit here because Phaedron had approached while you guys have kind of stayed back here.
I'm about 15 feet away from Nikos.
Oh, no, you wouldn't be surprised. You wouldn't be surprised. That'd be ridiculous.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. You said you're going to be 15 feet away from Nikos. And then I immediately just moved Nikos back.
I'm like, oh no.
Mac, you can kind of stand wherever you want to stand. Perfect. And that is the bronze sable's turn. One of them, as it comes scurrying out, it's gonna go straight for Nikos here. And it's gonna go ahead and take a couple bite attacks against Nikos. It leaps out of the air to attack you, Nikos. That's a natural 1, that'll miss, and a 13 will also miss. It's like biting down on your armor, Nikos. And it jumps off of you, letting out a ferocious screech. Telemachus.
All right. Mac knows that these guys are not no joke, and he's going to back away from them. But stay within 60 feet of Nikos. Then he's going to try to shoot it with an arrow.
Just because it is kind of hard to see, there is another anvil rot owl up here.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Position the map for the stream. There we go. Okay.
Anyway, arrow shot will be a 21 to hit.
Yeah, and a 21 will hit as you. Yeah, it takes 8 piercing damage.
And that's his turn.
Okay. Hector.
Hector and Cass will be running up to this sable over here. As Hector will be doing like a help action for the next person to hit this sable, as he's just trying to distract it, be a little annoying. He's doing the help action, And if it's okay too, Cass will jump off Hector and also do that for the next one afterwards.
Can you do help actions for separate targets? I thought the help action was for the next attack that went against it.
I think you can pick for who. Let me look it up. But I think you can pick who you held.
Okay, I'll look
Actually,
it up.
no.
Let me know, and we'll just move on. And if you can do both, we'll do both.
Yeah. Yep.
I forgot to roll for Cedric again. Okay. Phaedron.
I know exactly what I want to do, but you said there was a surprise round.
I said never mind. They weren't surprising you.
Oh, fucking sweet. Shit, it's metal. And I hunter's mark the one in front of me, the owl, and I take a shot at it.
Okay. Yeah, as the owl leans forward, you see there's like the metallic gleam coming off that you didn't quite see before. And a 15 will hit it as you shoot into it.
That's it. Shit, it's metal. Shoot it. Hunter's mark. End turn.
It takes 8 piercing damage. That is the owl's turn as it goes, whoo! And then it leaps out of the tree and comes flying towards you, Phaedron. And then it's going to try and beak you twice. You face
Not
distractions
again.
if your ally attacks the target for the next turn. So I cast help Cedric. Okay, that is perfectly fine then. An 8 will miss you, but a 19 will hit. As it pecks into your side, Phaedron, you take 7 piercing damage. Ooh! With this flying just in front of your face now. That's Cedric's turn. He goes, "Leave him alone, dumb rat thing!" As he comes up and he's going to one-handed longsword the dumb rat thing. 17 will hit as he has advantage from Hector, dealing 5 slashing damage to the dumb rat thing. That's the other dumb rat thing. Is this going to come coming up to Cedric, and it's going to try and bite Cedric then twice. Oof! It crits Cedric as it bites into Cedric's neck, and he goes and he rips it off, and it comes down. It's going to try and bite him again. It only does 5 damage with that crit, but a 9 will miss. As Cedric's finally like putting his metal boot up, and it's like biting his metal boot. And he's like, "Get off! Get off!" And he pushes it away. Cedric's hurting though. Nikos.
Okay. Nikos is gonna... Can't get that other one in range. But you know, I think it's worth it to take the opportunity attack to do that. Yeah. So Nikos is gonna step away and risk getting bitten by this thing.
Okay. And it's gonna go and try and bite out of you.
And you know what? I'm gonna use my warding flare and give it disadvantage.
It fails with a natural 1.
And then channel divinity and what do you call that thing? Burn him up with some radiant energy from Helioid.
Ooh, link that for me again, please.
Yes. Radiance of the Dawn, that's the one. Oh, it's not showing. There we go, that's the one I want.
As an action, you present your holy symbol and your magic dispelled. Additionally, any hostile creature within 30 feet of you makes a Constitution saving throw and takes that damage. Okay. They will do con saves. You manage to hold up your holy symbol and you are radiantly dawning all of these guys. They're now within 30 feet of you.
Which 17.
Which one?
DC 12.
Okay. 15 will pass, a 7 will fail, and a 21 will pass. They take half damage on a successful save. So you see the one to the bottom is like hiding behind Cedric, but the other two to the north both take 17 radiant damage. The one to the north is looking pretty hurt by that. He's now bloodied. The raptor scorches up and falls apart into ash. So your radiant dawn actually scorches away the anvil wrought owl who had hooted at you.
I think I'll then move back here next to Hector.
Okay. That is that Sable's turn, and it does not like that you did that, so it's going to try and bite you again, Nikos. That is a 10 that'll miss, and an 8 will also miss as it's biting down on your scale mail. Telemachus.
Okay, a couple questions. Is Cass on the same square as Hector?
I believe Cass is on his shoulder. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So if I drag a 10-foot radius thing here, can I avoid hitting any allies?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to cast Shatter.
Sounds good. Those are con saves.
Con saves, DC 13.
20 will pass and 8 will fail, and it takes 16 thunder damage. The one of the north manages to kind of brush it off a bit, but he's still looking real bad as he takes 8 thunder damage. But the one to the south takes the full 16 as it's now smoking as it sits there.
Not that it would matter, but since they're not flesh, they would have disadvantage on that. 13, they'd still succeed.
Oh, yeah. Good call, because they are constructs. Constructs do
Yeah.
have disadvantage on shatter. Yep.
End of turn.
Cool. Hector.
Making it clear to Cedric that I'm helping him, I'm like, here, Cedric, hit this one. As I start trying to distract it and like jump on it or pet it or something. And Cass will also like jump on top of it, just distracting, helping. Cass will help for Nikos this time.
It's like clawing back at you. It's like, leave me alone. Cedric's like, oh yeah, we'll kill the rat. That's fine. Phaedron.
Looking at the owl. What the? I'll turn back and see everyone fighting these other two. After seeing the owl kind of explode, I'm going to try and shoot this one after moving my hunter's mark to it, the northern one. Let's see how that goes. That is a 23 to hit for 10 piercing.
Your arrow goes right through it. Its neck kind of cracks in half as the arrow pierces through it. It's now pinned to the ground. It's twitching as it dies.
Confused from the owl and confused from that. And I end my turn. Just kind of confused.
Okay. Raptor's dead. Cedric goes, all right, let's finish this. And he's going to longsword attack with advantage. That's a 20. That'll hit as he cuts the head off of this this sable as it stops moving. The head kind of looks up. Its mouth kind of open with its teeth flared open, and it stops moving. You see like right on its neck sticking out is like a gear that's like, and the body collapses. And with that, we're out of initiative.
Nikos,
What?
that helioid. Awesome.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, Helio's pretty awesome. We keep telling you this. He's a real cool dude. Have you seen how buff he is? He's real buff. I want to be that buff.
You work on that.
I will. He starts picking up the sable and like, ugh, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That owl was a bad guy too, right? I mean, and I gotta admit, in the heat of things here, I wasn't completely sure, but
It didn't speak owl at all.
I thought it called those things around, so it was a spy, right?
Oh.
Hmm.
I'm not very perceptive.
As you say that, Cedric, or Phaedron here.
Can you see anything?
Turn, you look around. You see a glimmer of red feathers. And all of a sudden, cheep, something hops up on top of the rock.
Hey there.
You see this small little bird. Kind of looks like a bird, but it has this like lizard-like body kind of flowing through. It's like a small little lizard with feathers coming out of it. These feathers kind of flow behind it in this long, glowing, flowing tail. It's sitting there like, it's like looking at you, Phaedron, kind of popping its head back and forth.
It's not responding to me. I'm assuming it's not a beast. Hi there. Oh. Hi. Have you seen lots of these metal animals?
Yes.
Have you seen any other monsters or anything up the path? We're going up the path. Are there any monsters? Big dogs? Uh, humanoids?
Yes.
Humanoids?
Yes.
How many? Do you know?
Hmm?
Number.
Huh?
Hey y'all, there's this bird has seen more at least humanoid creatures up further. Do you want to ask it anything?
It
Cute bird,
flies.
by the way.
It flies down, lands on your back, and starts kind of like it's like poking through your bags, Phaedron.
Hey buddy, I try and close my bag a little bit, but while petting it, like super cute. That's my stuff. That's my stuff.
Food.
Tell it we're after the thing that's responsible for all these fires.
Have you seen fires?
Yes.
We're trying to stop and put out the fires.
No.
Why?
I like fire.
Oh, do you like ration?
Ah.
I'll break up a little bit of a ration for this critter.
She has these little like clawed like 3 fingers sitting on the end of its wings. It reaches up as you hold the ration and grabs at his hand, and then it goes, and like little tiny flame comes out of its mouth, scorches up the ration, starts eating it.
Cute. Are you from here?
Yes.
It's like a flamingo.
Sylvan, Nikos. Hey, so this thing is from here. It likes fire. I don't know if it'll like what we're doing to put out the fires.
I thought it would, but if it doesn't, we'll try and stop us.
It's cute though.
It is cute.
Hey, buddy, you got a name? Sorry, DM.
Name. Name. What's name?
Okay, that's fair. We'll just call you Adorable.
Adorable.
So we found a Firebird. Anybody have any questions for the Firebird? Actually,
Dragon.
Firebird, these are my friends. Can any of the party members hear this? Is this like common essentially that the bird is speaking, or is it telepathic or anything, or is it just beast speak?
It is beast speak. So I assume this is your shepherd ability thing, right? You can talk to small
totally.
beasts.
Yep.
Yeah. So you understand what it's saying, but it's very clearly speaking beast speak.
Cool. Good. Not like a little dragon.
And Phaedra is speaking beast back to it.
It can understand Phaedron, actually.
Okay, right. That's how it works. And I can just interpret everything.
Does it look draconic?
It does.
So I try to. I say like, "Hello," in draconic.
Huh?
No, no, you don't. You don't speak dragon language.
Do you understand what he's saying?
No.
Oh,
Fake dragon.
he speaks a dragon language.
Ooh, ask if it saw the big golden goat and maybe like another sun.
Did you see a flying gold creature with fire?
As you say, it kind of jumps on your arm. It's like crawling down your arm now, like a parrot does, and it's like poking in your hand.
More
Like,
ration.
Looking. Food?
Pull out another, or the other half of the ration.
It flyers it again. Starts eating it away. Yeah.
That's cute.
Goat came here.
Goat came here? How long ago?
2 days? 3 days? Couple days.
The goat was here a couple days ago. Have you seen it recently?
Fires. Made fires.
I know. You like fire.
Not recently.
Hasn't been here recently.
It seems like a particularly like scorched but not charred, so it goes It chars the rest of the ration.
That's adorable.
Well, maybe it's probably still up there at the
Wait in the
temple.
mountain. Wait in the mountain. In the mountain. Lots of fires.
Fun.
Fire's good.
Nice. Nice. Are there more of you up there?
Yeah.
Cool.
Family.
Good to meet you, no name bird.
Adorable.
Adorable. Anything else for this adorable little creature? I'll break another half a ration, so that's 1.5 now. Say, thanks for answering my questions.
Full.
Oh,
It crawls up your arm. It's like sitting on your shoulder now.
are there any caves nearby?
Yes.
Cave? Ooh. How close?
Up mountain.
Up mountain?
Yeah.
Far? Close?
Fire lizards go there.
Any without fire lizards?
Huh?
No fire lizards in a cave. Shit. So, y'all, if we find ourselves in a cave up here, heads up, there might be fire breathing lizards?
You mean dragon?
Maybe.
Not dragon.
So,
Fire lizard.
not a dragon. Knows what a dragon is,
Oh.
or at least knows that it's not a dragon.
There's dragon too. You want dragon?
No dragon. Where is? Did you say there's a dragon?
Dragon.
Where dragon?
Human building.
Temple?
No. Maybe? What temple?
It's dragon on the mountain.
Dragon Mountain.
Oh fuck.
Human building.
With history and whatnot, is it normal for like a not a champion but a follower of Purphoros to be dragons?
Give me a religion check.
I really don't read up on Purphoros.
You don't like Purphoros at all.
No,
He's
I
your
mean,
least
even
favorite
though
raid.
honestly, it's kind of sad too because Purphoros is like one of the allies, or not allies, but one of the ones friendly to Clothis.
Nikos, would you know you two light? Light's kind of close to fire. There
They
be a
hate each
dragon
other.
here?
What'd you say, Faden?
Oh, I was like, Nikos, you deal with light. That's kind of like fire. Could there be a dragon here?
I mean,
Nikos would know more because it's really light, but well, this sucks.
he said fire lizard. I thought he meant a dragon, but fire lizards and dragons?
Fire lizards and dragons.
Fire lizards and dragons.
And firebirds.
Dragon bird.
Are you a dragon bird?
Yes.
Aww.
And I say,
Dragonic.
yet doesn't speak Draconic.
Would the fire lizards let us pass or sleep near them without trying to hurt or burn us?
I don't know.
We should go talk to some fire lizards.
Fire lizards don't talk.
Oh. Shit.
Not like you. You talk.
Do the dragons make fire? I mean, they probably do, but could you ask
Yeah,
him?
do you know if dragons make fire or acid or
Fire.
what color dragon?
Of course, it's fire.
Fire? Color?
Color dragon. What color is the dragon?
Red like you?
Red like you?
Red like me.
Red dragon. Small dragon?
Big dragon. Much bigger than me.
Young dragon?
Much bigger than me. How old dragon?
Shit.
He's been here since grandma.
Alright, I'm done with this bird, you guys.
Judging by what that bird just did to the ration, scorching it as it ate it, is there any danger that when we see its family, that it might attack us?
Would other dragon birds attack us? No reason to hurt us, right? Would they hurt us? We just want to go up the mountain. No,
No.
they wouldn't hurt us.
Why attack you? Are you bad?
No.
No
You
attack.
bad?
Not bad.
No attack.
No attack. He like starts
Adorable.
nibbling at your ear. No attack.
Oh my God, adorable. I want to keep it. Oh. We should find a place to sleep, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if it has fire lizards, apparently I can't talk to them. So says Dragonbird.
Maybe I can talk to fire lizards.
Oh, true.
Or maybe the bird just knows that it can't talk to the dragon lizards.
True. No time like the present.
Well, there are many multiple times that are similar to the present, but I get your meaning.
What do y'all want to do? Should we find a cave? Well,
Yes.
Bird is just on me.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Bird, can you show us where that cave is? The closest cave?
He like looks up. And he points with his talon. That way. It's
Just,
like
like,
pointing up the mountain. Yeah.
Shit.
Up we go.
Up.
Okay.
We didn't recently pass any caves, did we?
No, you guys didn't keep an eye out for caves. You were looking for a place to stay, if I remember correctly. So
Oh, thank you, Bird.
We have to go up anyway.
stay here. He like roosts,
Oh,
cuddles up next to you.
I love this bird.
Food.
It's gonna kill us. I love it.
And that we'll go ahead and end our session then.
Oh,
Okay. Cool. So we will pick back up next week with you guys having a little dragon bird showing you to a cave. Let's do piety then. So as usual, we'll go ahead and start with CJ, just because you're on the top left of my screen. CJ, what did you do today to further Clothus's goals? Or what would you say is the most significant thing you did for Clothus? I mean, it's a pretty significant thing, but in your words.
Yeah, so, I mean, the boring one is just killing more or defeating more things that are in the way, that are probably one of the gods' doings of messing with the strands of destiny. But the more important one to at least Hector is right at the end of seeing, not right at the end, but was seeing old Hector, seeing that at least he's still alive. That's good to learn about your destiny. As well as that message right at the end. At least how Hector has interpreted it so far is that it was a message either from Clothus or from old Hector, and intended because current Hector did not understand it. He thinks it's not intended for him right now. Maybe later in the future when he's more knowledgeable, when he's learned more prepared, that message would become clear. And so either he'll see it again, or I don't know if he has a memory of it. But he's understood that. Well, I guess right now my destiny is still this, even though old Hector might be telling him something. Or whatnot.
Okay. So I was kind of looking for at least something you felt was like really significant for Clothus, because what you did actually was by asking a second question of the mirror, you kind of tempted destiny in that way. You kind of pushed the edges of destiny. So I didn't feel necessarily that the things you provided here kind of counteract that. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna say no piety today.
Got it.
Yep. Next, Nikos. How do you feel you've pushed Heliod forward?
Probably the single biggest thing was knocking over that statue of Purphoros, because um, that's a big deal about getting vengeance for you know what seems like a wrongdoing there, right? Nikos is convinced that uh, Purphoros is behind this whole thing, and he knocked over some statues of Helioid way back in the town there. So this getting even there. And I like the way the dice rolls seem to be going his way, going up the mountain there, like the stealth roll getting past the sleeping lizard, and the guidance. He got a 4 on that, and just everything's been going his way ever since they started making progress up the mountain.
Everything's coming up, Nikos. Yeah, no, I think beating up the statue is definitely very much in the arrogant Heliod category there. So we'll go ahead and give you piety for that. I was gonna say something else. I can't remember. Whatever. If I remember, I'll come back to it. Phaedron.
Speaking of arrogance, I don't know if Nylea gives a crap about things like mugging people. So she cares about animals. She cares about killing aberrations, fiends, and undead and stuff. But one of the things that I think Phaedron has just been channeling herself is trying not to fuck over like humanoids or animals. So use new skills like spare the dying on someone. Continued to be an archery kind of badass, and is continuing the like ongoing journey of putting out this. It's not a natural disaster, which mechanically is in the book, but like continuing to put out this fire and keep the volcano from going off. So, do I think I got any piety? Like, I used stuff. I tried to not be a douche, but it was towards a person, not an animal. Talked to animals, but I think she lived. She ran the whole session as a Nylean champion. But I don't have something. I don't have like a. This is the obvious thing.
That's fine. Not every session's gonna have. This is the obvious. I was a. But I mean, you did at the end there. You approached an owl in the hopes of communicating with it. You did communicate with the dragon bird. You fed it a little bit. So I think overall you're working towards Nylean's goals in general. You're pushing towards finding this goat monster. You're not just killing things that don't need to be killed. You're just being a good champion in general. So I think we'll do piety today. And Mac, what do you think?
I think that Phaedron is maybe the one who's noticed that there was a small change in Mac this session. Since he's gotten his Valor Bard stuff or his Swords Bard stuff, he's sort of reverted a little bit back to his old Minotaur days. And the way he treated the captives of war, and then the fact that he kind of selfishly asked a question about himself instead of the group when given the opportunity. I do not think he got gained any piety this time.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think Mac is kind of reverting, having a turn back, whereas he was seeing the path of Nylea going forward, but now he's kind of feeling this war. He's out in the open. He's out fighting again. He's feeling the old war pushes, and it's not necessarily maybe the path that his god wants him to go down. So yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. So we'll just give piety to Nikos and Phaedron today. Cool. Anything you guys feel like, I don't know, shouting out, calling out, saying goodbye?
That was fun.
It's fun. I always have fun. Cool. All right. Well, then we'll go ahead and call it there. Thanks for watching, guys. We will be back on Saturday again next week for 8 o'clock, same time, EDT. We will continue moving up the side of this mountain. We're not leveling up today. Podcast. Oh, yeah. The podcast went live this week. Well, the first episode. I'm going to try and get the other 2 episodes up tomorrow. Or the other 4 episodes up tomorrow. Or 5? How many episodes are we at?
6. This is number 6.
This is 6, yeah. I'll try and get 2 more up tomorrow if I can. But yeah, the podcast is live. If you It's on Spotify. It's on Google Podcasts. On a couple others. Not quite on Apple Podcasts yet, but it'll be there soon. I'll throw that down below in the description. Yeah, cool. All right. See you, friends. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Like.
Good night.